What's going on, Pisces? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your collective Pisces reading. For those of y'all that are new here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you will not miss out on the Pisces readings when they are dropped, okay? I definitely used to show up in a way where I knew like, okay, Pisces messages are going to be dropped on Wednesdays and stuff like that. However, with lifing and me taking on different responsibilities at this time, Pisces messages will be dropped whenever I have the opportunity to drop them. So just so that you can keep up with that energy, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, okay? Do keep in mind that these are collective messages, so they may or may not resonate with you. Do keep in mind that these messages are not directed towards any specific area or aspect of your life. So as I am delivering the message, feel free to pick up what resonates, right? Pick up what relates, what you can relate to, and then apply it to whatever area or aspect of your life that you may deem necessary at this time, okay? With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get this happening into the Pisces energy. All thanks and praise to the Most High. You know their hearts and you know their situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need so that Pisces can be able to receive this message with an open mind and an open heart? I ask that you provide me with the words to be able to articulate this message as best as possible, as well as clear anything standing in the way of their clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Ashe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Pisces, what y'all got going on? We owning something. I like it. I like it. Spirit, can we get a couple more cards just to see where this message is taking us for Pisces? You know what it is that they need to hear. So can you please give us the cards that we need in order for me to be able to, thank you, deliver the message in the way that it needs to be received. All right. Underneath it all, you get the Princess of Disc in reverse, okay? So Pisces, at this time, if you look, right, you can see like she got like a little pudge in her stomach type of thing. Let me flip it this way. She has a little pudge in her stomach, right? So it can be giving birth to something, and it does not necessarily have to be a child, although some of you may be with child at this time, but you want to pay attention to what you can be giving birth to in this moment, the thoughts, the ideas, the relationships, the businesses, or whatever it is, right? Because whatever you have mustered up inside of you that you need to give birth to at this time is still gonna be your baby, right? So you want to pay attention to that. The Queen of Swords in reverse shows up as well. So, you know, make sure that you're refraining from, or do your best to refrain from, I guess, operating, how can I say this? Do your best to not be thinking that you have to operate in the spaces that other people expect you to operate in, if that makes sense. Say, for instance, we all have like titles that we hold, right? Male or female. Mom, dad, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, best friend, workers, or whatever the case may be. So in all of these different spaces, you know, your parents expect you to show up and operate in a particular way. Your best friend may be looking at you or wanting you to show up and operate in a particular way. When you go to work, you got to show up and operate in a whole nother way, right? Your best bet is to pretty much just operate in the way that you see fit for you when it comes to whoever you dealing with. Because showing, say for instance, right, look at it like this. There is billions of people in the world, okay? And based on those billions of people, if you had connections with each and every one of them, and you put yourself in a position to be like, okay, I gotta be like this with this person, I'm gonna be like this with this person, like this is what I do when I'm with this person, this is how I act when I'm with this person, that can become draining, right? You wanna at all times be able to be yourself 150%, all right? So make sure that that's something that you are paying attention to. And with the Fool card coming behind that, I don't want you to be resistant to like change, right? I don't want you to be, and it's not really about what I want, so let me rephrase that. do your best not to be resistant to the changes, right? The shifts in the journey that you're taking. You have traveled like a long road thus far, and now you're getting to this point where things are about to shift. So now you're going to have to take a new direction towards things. With that Fool card in reverse, you may be kind of resistant to it because you're so used to what you're used to, whether it's how you're operating, what you're doing, who you're doing it with, or whatever the case may be. So just make sure you keep an open mind to the path that's ahead of you, okay? With that being said, that was the underneath it all energy that we tapped into. Let's go ahead and get into the energies that actually came out on the table, starting with the Sun card. All right, so this Sun card brings some real dope energy to you, Pisces. It's like you're finally putting yourself in a position to be open to receive, right? Like open yourself up to receive. And if you have not, then that is a clear indicator like, all right, now is the time. Let me open myself up to receiving all the things that I deserve and desire to receive. The assistance, the support, the love, the compliments, the anything, right? You want to just open yourself up. With this Devil card showing up, I definitely feel like, you know, you're starting to take notice of whether it's the bad habits, whether it's the vices, whether it's like the things that you want to let go of, the things that you want to stop doing, but you kind of feel like they have a hold on you because they're pretty much pleasing to your flesh, right? There is definitely some recognition that shows up in that area, which leads you into a position to feel better about yourself, right? It's like, all right, I recognize these things, and now since I recognize them, now I feel like I know what I need to do, or I'm even going to start putting my best foot forward so that I could elevate, right? Evolve, so that I could put myself in a position to have more pleasurable experiences. I don't want to keep on holding on to this toxic energy, these toxic relationships, these bad vibes, these bad habits, or these unnecessary habits, or however you identify that energy I'm talking about, right? This Six of Cups at the bottom of this card, it says pleasure. Okay, so again, wanting to put yourself in a position to elevate, putting yourself in a position to evolve, being more aware of what distractions are there, right? I want you to keep focused on who you are, where you are, and recognize and realize, Pisces, that you are the light at the end of the tunnel. You are the light within the tunnel, but you have to recognize that. And there are certain things, or maybe even people that have been present, right, around you, that have kind of took your focus off of that, right? Kind of distracted you from recognizing who you really are, okay? And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It happens so that we can become aware, right? Or so that we can become reminded of who we are, the role that we play, and how we actually need to elevate ourselves so that we can always be attracting the things that we know that we deserve and desire to have. All right, because it don't take a rocket scientist for you to come and tell you, like, you know, you don't like doing this, or you don't like putting yourself in this type of position, or you don't like feeling this way. It don't take a rocket scientist for you to be aware of that. It just takes you to pay attention to yourself enough. It just takes you to pay attention to yourself enough to know that, like, nah, this not in alignment. I want to attract better things. I want to attract what it is that I feel like I deserve and desire to have in my life. And that doesn't mean that you're putting a particular face on it. You know, it's the energy. And whether you want to believe it or not, say for instance, you didn't fell in love with somebody, right? You fell in love with somebody, and now you feel like that this person is who has brought you a certain type of energy. This person has brought you happiness. This person has brought you fulfillment. When in all honesty, you have tapped into that energy within yourself, and you have connected it to that person or that thing outside of you, right? But it still all starts with you. And I want you to remember that. I need you to remember that. You need you to remember that, okay? The energy is really dope though. So I'm really happy for y'all at this time. Because again, you just want to make sure you're opening yourself up to receive everything that you deserve and desire, and not let those toxic habits or bad habits, vices or whatever, stand in the way of you having more pleasurable experiences, because it's out here on the table. So tap into it, okay? Spirit, is there anything else that you need for Pisces to know at this time? Thank you. The Princess of Cups shows up, okay, Pisces? So making sure that you're taking care of yourself is definitely a plus, right? It's a reminder. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, and not just in the way of materialistic things, right? Or materialism. Emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, you want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, okay? And remember, with that Queen of Swords that has showed up underneath it all, you got to make sure you're taking care of yourself before you think that you're in a position to take care of other people, or else you're going to end up drained in the long run. And I know that's not what you want. I know that's not what you desire at this time. You want to keep on attracting the things that you have been positioning yourself to attract. So let me even say this with this 9 of Discs that shows up, right? Anything that is coming towards you, okay, it's something that you are attracting to yourself, whether you feel like you like it or not, right? So if you're attracting things that you feel like you do not like, or that you'd rather not have to experience, then it's a time for you to like tap into you, to reconfigure or re-identify what's actually like attracts like. So what's happening with me in the inside, to the point where I'm attracting these things that are coming to me on the outside, right? And on the other side of that spectrum, if you're attracting the things that you actually like, then you want to pay attention to what you're doing, or what you've been doing, or how you've been feeling, so that you can keep attracting those type of things. You understand what I'm explaining? Sweet. Sweet. Now, if this is resonating with you, or you can relate to it in any type of way, shape, or form, make sure that you leave me a comment. Make sure, again, that you subscribe. Make sure you like, and things of that nature. Right now, we got the Knight of Wands that comes out, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Discs. So the Knight of Wands is going towards that Princess of Cups. So it's an indicator like, all right, I know now I need to do more to take care of me, right? I'm about to start doing things to take care of me. So some of y'all probably have already initiated the plan of how you're going to take care of yourself, things that you're going to start doing for yourself. If you have to write them down, make sure you do that, because that is going to pretty much assist you with tapping into yourself, okay? With the Hierophant card showing up. So that's tapping into your inner child, paying more attention to your intuition, and with this 2 of Discs, making the necessary changes that need to be made, yes, in order for you to come into your 10 of Discs, okay? The 10 of Discs at the bottom of this card, it says wealth, and that's pretty much you obtaining, acquiring, right? Achieving, accomplishing everything that you actually want to have in the physical reality, right? In this physical aspect of your life. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. Make sure that all that self-sabotaging energy that you tap into, or you be holding on to, now is the time for you to recognize it and release it, okay? Because there is some self-sabotaging energy that shows up, whether it's you not feeling like that, whether it's you not feeling that you deserve what you actually desire, or whether you're thinking that based on your current situation and circumstances, it's impossible for you to reach it, or if it's too complicated, it's too hard, or whatever the case may be. You got to stop talking to yourself like that and telling yourself those lies, okay? Because that's exactly what they is. And we not finna sit now. We gonna start believing, okay, in ourselves, believing in what we desire, and knowing, not hoping, but knowing that all is possible, and you can do anything you put your mind to. So just start aligning yourself with the things that you actually desire to attract to you, right? And again, pay attention to your life, and recognize where you're attracting things that you'd rather not have to experience. And that way you can go in and you can figure out like what's going on with you, or what you did, or how you positioned yourself to be in a certain position, because it doesn't have to stay that way, right? Just because something seems to be what it is right now does not mean that it has to stay that way forever. It's really just you being positioned to become aware of, again, you being that light within your own tunnel, right? You being that light within the tunnel, or you being the light that you see at the end of the tunnel, and things of that nature. So with that being said, Pisces, I definitely Hope that you receive this message because it's pretty dope energy, for real, for real. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment, okay? And I will catch y'all later. Peace.